Hey y'all, I'm Mandy and this is Mandy in the Making. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a cook and clean with me. I'm going to be making a dessert first because it has to sit for several hours. Then I'm going to be making dinner tonight. I'm going to bring you along for that. And then I need to clean up this kitchen because just about every single night before I go to bed, my kitchen is spotless. I like it that way. It just makes the next day that much better. Y'all come along. Before we get started cooking and cleaning and doing all the things, I wanted to tell you what I'm cooking today. So for the dessert that I'm going to be making first, it is a recipe that I've seen several times over on Moss Family TV. I love to watch them. If you don't watch them, you are missing out. I love their videos. So I'll leave her linked below so you can go check her out. But anyway, she's made this poke cake several times. And I know there's different versions of poke cakes, but the one that she makes looks really good and I've been wanting to try it and I just haven't done it. So we're gonna try it today. And if I like it, then maybe I can switch it up with different flavors. You'll see what I'm talking about. But we're gonna make that first because it does have to go in the fridge, I think, for 4 hours. I'm kind of pushing it, it's already 2:30. We'll get to cooking here in a second. And then tonight for dinner, we're gonna have Airfryer Hot Wings. Not too long ago I made them and I shared a picture of them on my Instagram. Shameless plug, if you aren't following me there, you totally should be. But I showed it on my Instagram and people were like, I need this recipe. And I didn't film it because I didn't know how it would turn out, but they were awesome. We loved them, so I'm gonna make them again tonight and I'm gonna bring y'all along for it. And then later on we're gonna be cleaning up the kitchen because that's just what you do every single day of your life, right? Okay, so here are all the ingredients we're gonna need. Well, not all the ingredients. I'm gonna make the cake per the package directions, so I'll need like eggs and oil and all that. But I've got my whipped topping from Ingles. Laura Lynn is the Ingles brand. Then I've got my white cake mix, I've got my Jell-O, and then I've got my Food Line brand instant vanilla pudding. Okay, so the cake is in the oven, and while the cake is in the oven, I'm going to be making my instant vanilla pudding. This is what makes her poke cake a little bit different. She said, I think she found this originally like at a church function. Someone made their poke cake like this, and she really loves it, so I'm excited to give it a try. So it's going to have a layer of vanilla pudding on top. Sign me up. But I'm going to go ahead and make that now and stick it in the fridge. Oh, and I don't think I said I'm just making it per the package directions on the side. Okay, my cake is done. Now I just need to let it cool for about 30 minutes. Let's get it out. There we go. Turn off the oven. And so now I'm just going to set a timer so I don't forget because I'm notorious for getting sidetracked. Okay, we're going to let that cool for 30 minutes and then we will do the rest. Okay, we've just got a few more minutes, like 3 more minutes. Hey! And I am boiling some water. I've got 2 cups of water that I'm going to bring up to a boil and then I will just dissolve the Jell-O in there. This is 3 ounces of strawberry Jell-O. I'll just dissolve that in here before we poke holes, making it a poke cake, and then pour it all over the cake. So I've got this here ready to be poured over, but I need to take the handle of a wooden spoon and come and poke holes in my cake. This just feels wrong, just so you know. Oh. I'll just have to eat this, won't I? Done. Okay, let's take this over. It's got a little pour spout on it, which is nice. And we're just gonna pour this over the entire cake. Now that I have the Jell-O poured all over, I'm gonna take my vanilla pudding and spread it all over the top. Now I'm just gonna pop the lid on here and put it in the fridge for 4 hours. It is now almost 4 o'clock, so we'll be having a late dessert tonight, which is not good for me. I don't like to eat dessert after like 7:30. 7:30 usually is like pushing it. So I'm hoping, let me put this in the fridge. Hold on. So I may pull it out before the end of the 4 hours, because if I eat sweets too late, I can't sleep at night. I might be able to fall asleep, but it's like the sugar kicks in a little bit later and it wakes me up and then I can't sleep. Do you have that problem? I asked about that over on Instagram, and surprisingly a lot of you don't have that problem. I wish I was you. I'm the same with caffeine. I can't have caffeine after about 4 o'clock in the afternoon usually, or I can't go to sleep. Cool Whip on the lid. Okay, so I've got to run a couple of errands and then we'll come back and I will make dinner. I've already got a good many dishes in the sink. Let me see. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to clean up a little bit before dinner, before I start making dinner, but it's not too bad. Okay, I'm back from running my errands, and while I was out, I ran by Food Lion. If you saw my video last Tuesday, let me show you. Then you know I was looking for this. And I went back to that Food Lion today because I was over there running errands anyway, and I figured I would just stop in and see if I could find ginger paste. Found it. It was in the produce section, just like I figured it would be, you know, after I got home and realized, oh, I didn't check there. It was there. But while I was there, I grabbed a couple of these items because I thought about doing a pasta salad as a side with our Airfryer Hot Wings tonight. So I picked up some of the tri-colored rotini. We already had this in the fridge. We had not opened it yet, but we already had this. I got some mini sweet peppers, some cherry tomatoes, a cucumber. I already had red onion, and I did grab these because I really love these in pasta salads, these roasted red peppers. We already had these in the fridge, these sliced Kalamata olives. And I did pick up another pack of bacon pieces because we just ran out. I just used the last bit of it today for lunch when I was making my lunch. So I'm going to go ahead and make this now so I can at least put it in the fridge while I'm doing the Airfryer Hot Wings. So the first thing I'm going to do is boil the noodles. Okay, so I boiled my pasta and then I drained it and threw it here in this bowl. Now I'm just gonna add my cucumbers and my sweet peppers and my tomatoes, my roasted red bell peppers, and my red onion. I never make my pasta salad the same way more than once. I kind of change it up every single time. Just depends on what I have on hand. I went ahead and combined all of that. Let me add in some of these Kalamata olives. I'm not going to add in too many just because I don't want it to be too salty. I'm going to add in some bacon bits just because. Because bacon makes everything better, that's why, right? Let's open this up and add our Italian dressing. I'm gonna pop a lid on it and put it in the fridge. I'm gonna make our ranch dressing really quickly because that needs to be in the fridge for at least 30 minutes before we eat. And then we can finally get started on our wings. For ranch dressing, I know you can make like your own from scratch, but I don't. I always just use the powder from Hidden Valley, and I just make 8 ounces. So I do a half a cup of milk, a half a cup of mayo, of course it's Duke's, and then about a tablespoon and a half of this powder. I use this, I'm pretty sure I have this dressing container in my Amazon store, but I just use the measurements on here. I don't measure everything out perfectly. Okay, that's it. Okay, I've had comments in the past on my What's for Dinners about how clean I keep my kitchen the entire time I'm cooking. And you're right, I do. I clean as I go. I don't wait until the end. I've kind of waited to the end at this point, and that's not normal for me, but that was for the purposes of this video. I usually clean as I go. I'm putting things in the dishwasher. I am picking up any messes, but a lot of times I do wait until the end of the night to do my vacuuming. But I'm gonna go ahead and run the vacuum really quickly because I'm barefooted. I'm very rarely barefooted, but I'm barefooted and I can feel some grit on the floor and it's driving me crazy. And today's sponsor of this portion of the video is Hoover. I want to thank them so much for sending me this cordless vacuum that I'm gonna show you. Y'all, it's amazing. Hang on. This is the Hoover One Power Blade Plus cordless vacuum. I love it. For the longest time, all I did was use a broom in the kitchen, and I have a rather large kitchen. I'll show you that in a little bit, but this just saves so much time, and I love that the battery power will last for about 35 minutes. I can get a lot done. Something I really like is that it has eco mode. Do you see that? So it's going to save the battery a little bit more, and on flat surfaces like my kitchen floor, eco mode still does the job. And then you've also got the carpet option too. We don't have a lot of carpet in our house, but we do have several rugs, and I'm able to press that button and it does its job. So, and then it also shows you here how much battery life you have left. So when you're vacuuming, when you get down to just 1 bar, you know it's about time. I also love that you can turn this into a handheld vacuum. It came with 3 different attachments that you can put on the pole so that you can use it all over your house, not just on your floors. When I use it again at the end of the night, I'll show you a little bit more about it and how to empty out the little dust canister and all of that good stuff.
You know I want you close, maybe hold your hand a little while. Somehow I know you're gonna be the girl that I'll end up calling my own. We ride around in style, sleeves rolled up, glasses on, and then you make that smile and my heart starts racing when I'm with you. When I'm with you. Can't get enough of this, being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now?
Okay, y'all, I've got all of our spices out. I'm going to start with some cayenne pepper. You could always leave this out if you are not into, you know, the hot stuff. But I'm going to use about a half a tablespoon of cayenne. We're going to do a tablespoon of paprika, which is pretty much all I have left. I need to write that on the grocery list. There we go. I need a tablespoon of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, a half a tablespoon of black pepper, or you could always use some more if you really like yours peppery. Now we need 2 tablespoons of salt, 3/4 a cup of brown sugar, and then lastly we're going to add in about a tablespoon of garlic salt. And the recipe says that you could also add in a teaspoon of cinnamon. I have not done that. That just sounds weird to me. You'll have to let me know if you have done that before. So like I've mentioned, we've made these before and we really loved them. So it does have a good bit of the spices in there, but it has a lot of brown sugar to help calm it down so it's not just hot. It's like sweet and spicy. We really love these. Okay, so I've got my wings here. I did pat them dry. I'm going to take about half of my spices and pour it into a large Ziploc bag. All right, now I'm going to, it says to spray them with olive oil, but I used this last time and it was just fine. Okay, I'm gonna put about half of them in here and we're gonna coat them really well. And I need to go ahead and preheat my air fryer to 400. I need to let it like warm up for 5 minutes. Okay, so this just finished preheating. I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna spray it with our nonstick spray, our vegetable oil. And let's put our wings in. Okay, so this is gonna go at 400 for 16 minutes, but I am gonna flip them over half the way through. Okay, so it's been about half the time. I wish y'all could smell these. I'm gonna turn them over. Okay, now they're going back in for the rest of the time. Okay, these are done. Yes. And I'm just gonna put them on a plate and tint the plate with some aluminum foil so that they stay warm while I do the second batch.
Wait.
He was about to eat and I was like grabbing my camera as fast as I could.
I didn't want to wait. I just had to savor that flavor. Man. I love the spices. Just enough spice. Mm-hmm. You must have some sugar in there.
Yeah, it's got brown sugar in there.
Yeah, I can taste the brown sugar. Just a little hint of that sweetness.
Yeah.
With that spice.
So it cuts the spice just a little bit.
Yes. And the charring is actually really nice.
Yeah.
That definitely adds a good bit of flavor. I feel like there's... I feel like without the charring, you wouldn't get as much of the flavor.
Yeah.
So I love how these turned out. I'm just amazed that these came out of an air fryer. Pasta salad. All the lovely bits in here.
Lovely bits.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mmm.
Is that good together?
That bacon.
Yeah, I put bacon in there.
Mmm.
All right, so this is a winner, huh?
Oh yeah. Mm.
So this is our, like I mentioned, this is our second time having these wings, and y'all, they are so good. You've got to give them a try. So So now it is time for dessert. We're going to try out the poke cake.
Man, look at that.
Yeah, man.
Oh, boy.
Get you a piece, boy.
You gotta wiggle it on down in there.
I mean, that's a big piece.
Yeah.
Do it. Ooh.
Ooh, look at that. Yes, ma'am. Let me get some of this here poke cake. Is that what it's called? Poke cake?
Poke cake.
Is it P-O-K-E?
Yes,
Okay.
not polk.
Okay. Not
Yes,
Poke.
right.
Get some of this poke cake. I'm gonna poke this in my mouth. Very light. The whipped cream kind of gives it a, I don't know, that like whipped frothy kind of
Like
texture.
Okay.
Everything is very light. So that's what I like about this. It's not
very heavy
like
or
overly
rich.
sweet things.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's too rich, I just can't handle it. This is not like that at all. But there's just enough flavor to make this very enjoyable. So I appreciate it.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna go fix me a piece. Poke cake. So this reminds me of like angel food cake or like strawberry shortcake. It's very light. I love it. Stephen already demolished his. Really good, right?
Oh, man, it's fantastic.
Say you think about me because I'm starting to doubt we will find our way back to each other when you're on the other side of the world. I'm here and I'm waiting, but I know I can't say that we didn't end it for good reason. Still I'm hoping we'll be meeting soon. Everybody needs some time to figure themselves out, but I want you close, and I still have hope. I'm waiting every day for you to come back and tell me we can work it out, forget about the past. Now time
So I mentioned earlier that we have a large kitchen. This is always behind the camera, so you don't see this part, but it gets a lot of dust. It's a pathway from our back door into the kitchen. And even though we take our shoes off, somehow there's a lot of dirt and dust that builds up throughout each day. So I really do like to give it a quick vacuum every single night. And when I'm done, it's that easy. You just pull it right off and you can see this is just from the kitchen today, y'all. And then you just empty it out in the trash can and you're done. It's very simple to just pop it right back in there. And then I go and make sure I just put the battery on the charger so that I will have a charge for the next day, and it charges super quick. If you are interested in getting one of these for your kitchen or for your house, make sure you check the description box below. I'll have it linked there. This has to be one of my favorite sights in the world, and that is a clean kitchen at night. I can rest easy knowing that I don't have to get up to a mess in the kitchen in the morning. If you feel that way, don't forget to give me a thumbs up before you leave. Okay, y'all, that is everything. I think you pretty much spent the entire day in the kitchen with me. I started filming around lunchtime or a little after, and I've been in and out of the kitchen all afternoon, and I've brought you along for the whole thing. I hope you enjoyed the recipes that I shared, and then just a little bit of cleaning motivation, because I know that can get overwhelming sometimes too. Don't forget to check out the description box below. If you are looking for a good cordless stick vacuum, I highly recommend the Blade Plus. Thanks again to Hoover for sponsoring today's video, and I will see you guys back here on Friday for another What's for Dinner. See you soon. Bye. Right.
Poke. Now why is it called poke?
Because I poked holes.
You did what?
Because I poked holes in it.
Poked holes? Oh, you better poke them hoes.
Poked holes in the
Okay. Alright, I'm not gonna be able to eat this. Alright.
Serious. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Get some of this poke cake.